Mara Golding's funny and unruly tricksome budget presentation. Disrespectful, stupid, and evil all in one. You see, true Mark Golding see Nigel left. He start flip up like pancake and a play like say him no figures. He not even have the grey matter fi take on brains. And guess who him a flip up pan now? Brethren, when you see Favour Williams attack, sit down and behave yourself. For she will done you. I did one, she will make broadcast own taunts, lie, and ineptitude to the entire Jamaica. She will make repent of all her shady little deeds. Like, I know what you did last summer. You came to the budget without a budget speech. You stole and modified the JLP's plan, and you don't have the first idea about what you would do if you were in government. You will only bring FinSac 2.0, and now the Jamaican people can see for themselves. I did I want them. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. All of the bad FinSac tricks disappear. Wow, no can do now. No can hide it again. Can't hide it anymore. At some point, this video will prove to some simple-minded comrades that SYM cannot stop this channel. I shall say no more. Hello again, my people. Skywalker here, sipping coffee and laughing, taking serious things make joke because when I run up my blood pressure. Welcome back to the channel where good coffee makes bad people feel bad, and that's not a bad thing, is it? But speaking about coffee, Favour William, Favour Williams did make us a premium brew for days, didn't she? She made Britain's favorite colonial son lose his mind and began to confess in Parliament. Awesome. At my age, I have never seen anything even remotely like this in the history of Jamaica, and I believe that Favour cracked the code that the CIA, MOCA, the KGB, Scotland Yard, and all these intelligence or investigative agents or bureaus would love to learn. Lad, I am if I go on there now. Ma Golden came clean and told the truth, but not an Anjo and himself. He tells lies on Anjo, but told the truth on himself. This man came to Jamaica to insult and tarnish everything we have going on here, including the youth who he tries to turn into an SYM generation. And I don't mean Sim, as in Beanie Man's Sim Sima. Mark Golden follows no rule, does what he likes, and finsack up everything. He does not even follow the rules of our parliament, where he sits illegally to this day, and he certainly does not follow the rules of a budget debate. Does he now? The record speaks for itself, and he speaks on himself too. Jamaica is not ready for a British chain man to come here with a black Judas chain gang, and we are not ready to set rat towards cheese. Mark Golding has no discipline. He has very unruly behavior. He is not polite, and the main message you can ever remember from his political party meetings is the message called "Cock up on your ears." The main thing I remember from his political platform is the message says "suck your mother." He is an unruly colonial chain man with an unruly chain gang coming to rob out Jamaica with Finsack again, and we tired of it. Mhm. We can't take no more of that, man. Mark Golding is unruly. He isn't polite and he attracts the darkness way more than he attracts the light. Countries tend to reflect the image of their leaders. That is why America has changed rapidly since the installation of Donald Trump. And Singapore did change under Lee Kuan Yew. You remember? Jamaica has changed for the better under Andrew Holness leadership, and it's a winning formula that should continue for the good of our people. Why leave a prosperity and decency template for an unruly suck your mother type? Do you want Jamaica to start reflecting the image of Mark Golding people? Honestly, no. Well, I know it depends on who I ask, because some people fool, some people don't. The answer might be different over in self-hate Ghana, turning their children into bleachers. There is no comparison between Andrew Holness and Mark Golding, the unruly British man. We are trying to wean off the Michael Manley, PJ Patterson influences that has set gangsters and dance as ensigns over us and cloud the minds of our youths into seeing unruly behavior as best practice in Jamaica. Now, guess what? Another man has appeared from the side of the comrades who appears to be the most unruly so far. The British man, the Finsack guy, and son of British agent poliomyelitis. Watch your back, Jamaica. Me say, watch una back. Watch una back. Mark Golding is so unruly. He is the chainman who always steps out trying to chain the hands and feet of the JCF, whenever they start making any progress to fight against crime. Then he could jump up and down with glee, berating the government when people get unalived, and those lives lost would be mere sacrifices to gain him victory in an election, and it is endorsed by the leader of St. Vincent. Mark Golding always knows where to find a vampire when he needs dark endorsements. You know, he brought his friend Gonzalez here to spread that wicked message of sacrificing Jamaican lives for political mileage, and I say, no vampires over here. Jamaica wants some peace. Every citizen of Jamaica has an obligation to maintain order, and anyone who doesn't share that sentiment is a hater of Jamaicans and probably a chain bearing buckramassa whom Jamaica needs to send home. Do you really want Jamaica to reflect the image of this leader? Jamaicans must mind what they ask for and believe what people show you about themselves. Isn't Mark Golding exposing who he is all day, every day? Just like how Donald Trump did expose who he is to America, and now people cussing people and telling them about we did tell you. You didn't have to tell anybody anything there, no. Just like Mark Golding. Mark Golding was born under Big Ben clock of London, and if he was born in Jamaica, he would not have a British, particularly London accent. I was there and I know how they talking about idea. I can't even pronounce it, brother. The word is idea. If you were born in Jamaica, you would be able to say that. You and your tricksim budget speech, your tricksim history, your tricksim visa figure America, your tricksim ancestors came as slave story, and your tricksim everything must step away and stop trying to divide and destroy us. Everything about you is tricksim. Are you almost a Crawford Pupain? Sure. People, it was pandemonium in Parliament yesterday. But amidst the gut busting laughter, we must remember to take sleep and mark it. For at the end of the day, a Jamaica, this British man, will mash up again, and we can't take another one. No, shower are the only right way now. Cheese a pile up in a Jamaica reserves, a Mark Golding business flap out. I go repeat that. Me said cheese a pile up in a Jamaica reserves. we are get richer. And Mark Golding business flap out. It flap out. It needs some cheese in it. Will you put the FinSac guy who is financially challenged or who is in financial woes in business to watch over our money? That alone should be the red flag. Those of you who want to sell out for funky people and for funky bells and balai, let me repeat that because I kind of want tongue twister. Those are you who want to sell out for funky people and for funky bells and balai should remember your children. Whatever you say about Andrew Holness, he is the guy that got us here where we can brag about money piling up. Mark Golding was the main man, along with PJ Patterson and Omar Davis, that got us in the situation where we almost became as bad or worse than Haiti. And you want to pretend like you have good reasons to vote for this same Finsa guy. I sell you sell out. But when you get to why you sell out for, how that a go help you and your children after you? Eh? You remember your children after you? How that a go help them when the country mash up? Hmm? You never think about that. No man who has wrecked a country and gone back to leadership has ever done better the second time. Usually worse. Ask PJ Patterson. He knows that by experience. Once an economic destroyer, always an economic destroyer. Mark Golding will wreck it worse this time because this time he will have to pay everybody, even vloggers that he owes. This is it's like deja vu when common sense was telling vanity that PJ would wreck it again and no one listened. Jamaica will not make the same mistake. Mark Golding played a major role in mashing up the country already. No second chances. Maybe you won't even get yours because it's too much for him to pay and still have his left because save him business. Andrew Holness has been there now almost a decade. He started with a country where we were fretting that we will not survive. But look at us now, and many of you are pretending like you are blind. Once a builder of economies, always a builder of economies. People do what they do because it's what they do. A fintech man will fintech and a good finance man will do good finance. This is no damned rocket science. Mark Golding and his entire team could not make their own manifesto or do a presentation in a budget debate. He came with a speech, but now says it wasn't a budget debate presentation because he could see all the holes in it being exposed. Many people began to question it after he made that speech because there were no numbers to add up. It was a very unruly Lacuno years. It was a very unruly SYM presentation and it spilled the coffee over here. People, I want to see the politics where I don't have to hear or keep saying that three-word sentence return. Yes, it is something that unruly Jamaicans will say, but Jamaican politicians are not supposed to be unruly. Since Mark Golding adopted the unruly gangster-loving SYM politics, everything just gone south, so, and we tired of it. It is best for this man, Britain's favorite colonial son, to go home and he can always carry the Sokyomada politics to England and try use it over there. Let him try to use it over there, not over here. And these three words strung together like that are very offensive, but it does seem like comrades use it as substitute for intelligence endorsed by Marky G on political platforms, the same platforms on where he endorsed gangsterism before paying gangsters with our hard-earned funds through municipalities. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. People, we must endorse leaders that set example that fuel more decent culture. No, you will hear this three words sentence a lot until we as a people do enough to shift the mindset of many young Jamaicans from out of their bottom holes, literally. And this is not me saying something insulting. Lower vibrations are focused down at the rear, where more people, as a matter of fact, where Mark Golding, the British man, tends to shackle the minds of our people at. Many of you might not know the esoteric principles that ratify this. Call it science, but don't criticize me if you don't know. It is a truth. In this video, I will repeat the words as I hear them or as I read them. I have read a lot of Sokyomada comments on this channel, and most of them no say another word. That's all. Big up Mark Golding for sparking a movement in Jamaica. The only thing is that it's a dark one, a SYM movement. The first of these comments came as SYM. That was it. Didn't spell it out. Someone commented SYM, and I was puzzling over it, wondering what SYM meant, or maybe he was talking about a SIM, like a SIM card, but he spelled it wrong. Well, many people don't spell well, so maybe it was bigging up be the man, maybe to maybe a SIM card, or maybe bigging up Beanie Man. Sim Sima, who got the keys to my Bima or something? I don't know. I didn't know. Didn't know. Anyway, I just ignored the comment. It wasn't going anywhere. This person had nothing to say. Then, when I went to sleep and woke up in the morning, the first thought that came to my mind was, Skywalker, you're lucky you never like up that comment. The man is telling you to suck your mother. So I rose up thinking, then that must be a comrade. But why would someone go through all that problem just to say something that makes no sense? People who are stupid and dunce usually don't have something to say. Like they don't have something to say, but they will say something that makes no sense anyway and think that it will be an insult to you, which it can't make no sense to be an insult either. It's an insult to themselves. That kind of response comes from people that live in their buttholes. So it's them exposing what they are, just like how Marky G exposed how he is. And this is true. Go research it. I mean, if you are intelligent and practical, it has to make sense for you to even engage in a conversation. Anyway, it was the not polite, unruly thing. So there you have it. At least I learned something. SYM is not Beanie Man's Sim Sima. Who got the keys to my beamer? Who got the keys to my beamer? It really marveled me to think that someone could really be suffering so bad from dirty heart and bitter belly. They were at the wrong place, and I am not Sapphire Langmore. I couldn't help them. I couldn't. I mean, I'm really amazed at how humans behave, but I mean, I can't help, and I'm not gonna try. I will try and puzzle over it because it's an interesting thing. And I'm like that. I'm a seeker of truth, but I can't help. By the time I went to my comments that day, I saw a bold comment, clear as day, without the abbreviation. It was a clear message saying, suck your mother. And I said, wow, it must be a comrade again. That's all the logic they know, and it's Mark Golding's fault for launching this SYM campaign. These people need to be studied by scientists. How would this man benefit from me doing that awful thing? Moreover, why would I do that for him as if he doesn't have his own mother? These people are weird. Anyway, my mother was buried years ago. Yeah, she was buried years ago. Bad mind people will have their own but want yours too. There is too much bad mind over on that side. Anyway, I am just going to sip this lovely brew without making it run up my blood pressure. I keep telling you to take our country more seriously and protect the legacy of our children from this colonial Englishman and the roasty breadfruit Judas sponge. coming to destroy us with pork barrel politics without a proper plan, proper brains, and fishing for access to our cash reserves, which took us years of blood, sweat, and tears to build by the leadership of Andrew Holness, who did not finsack it at all. You can eat your cake and have it, but only in your mind. You can't eat your cake and have it too. If you think that Andrew did steal our money, we would not have that money. You cannot steal the money and still have it. And I mean, and the person who you steal it from still have it. Just leave it to a dunce comrade to think that SHIT spells sugar. And if you still have the money, that means it's missing. Yeah? If you still have the money, that means it's missing. If the man did finsack, we will how come the money did they pile up? Don't all they are good for is walking around and telling everyone, including themselves, about suck your mother. Think on these things, my people. Peace out.